Oh, good. You're just in time for my experiment. Now lie down and give me your soul!
So 10 years ago, The Evil Scientist was released, and there has never really been a mad scientist prop to top it since. He stands out from the rest because his character is much more dark and evil compared to others, hence the name Evil Scientist. He achieves this by his tattered old clothing and mainly by his sayings, to be honest. Another unique thing about him is his box. These two boxes were from the same year, 2014, but as you can see, there are no similarities. This was a one-year, one-theme gimmick that Spirit has since to do again, and this box also adds to the rarity. The overall execution on this character is what makes him so sought after all these years, and probably because he's kind of rare and hard to come by. So without farther ado, let's set up, unbox, and do a demo on the 2014 Evil Scientist on his 10-year anniversary. Alright, hello everyone, welcome back to the Apache Halloween YouTube channel, and in today's video I got something special for you. Now, considering it's his 10-year anniversary, we are going to be looking at the 2014 Spirit Halloween Evil Scientist. This thing is a pretty rare find, and I was really happy and lucky to come across one. One of the things that really sticks out right now is his box art. As you can see, it's like a light blue and dark color, and it's very different from the normal generic Spirit Halloween boxes. Keep in mind, this is 2014, and slime font was still a thing that year. It was basically the last year for it, but they really switched it up for some reason with this one attic theme in 2014, where all the animatronics in that theme had their own box, which was really interesting, and it was a one-year thing. They never did it again to this day. And so it kind of makes props that were a part of that theme, I guess, somewhat sought after. And if I were to be honest, this I think would be one of the most sought after ones, right behind maybe Chester the Jester. But that one's like impossible to get. Let me show you the box here. You can see the front. It's got his stock photos, sides of it. It's nothing too crazy, I guess. In terms of like design, it's very similar to a normal Spirit box. It's just that the box art is just so different, and it sticks out like a sore thumb. He even has like kind of a story here, and then I think this side's basically the same as the other side. But enough of looking at the box. Let's check out what's in the box. Oh, also just the top, Evil Scientist. That's pretty cool. Yeah, he's very an awesome prop, and I am looking forward to using him in the laboratory this year. Now, I found this guy on eBay, and it was a bidding, and I won the highest bid. And the seller who shipped the item really did a good job. As you can see, it's all bubble wrapped and cardboard, and really took care of it. And this is how a shipper should ship an animatronic, or really any package that has some value in general. So let's start taking this thing apart and seeing what's inside. All right, here we go. Tons of bubble wrap. Probably gonna keep it just for my own personal being able to store it in a good way. And here we go. His gloves are like foam filled. They have like foam filling in them, and they are posable as well. The fingers are, which is nice, so he can hold weapons and stuff. But it's just like a generic, like, I don't know if it's like a synthetic rubber of some kind, but both of the gloves have it, and you can see they look like real scientific sort of gloves, and they have like the little forks for the arm pieces as well. So that was one of my questions. I was like, how does that even go on there? Here is the clothing. New Ray Sun is the company, and same company that made Barnyard Butcher, Smoldering Zombie, Howling Werewolf. And you can kind of tell because the clothing has like inner foam padding, which is very similar to that of the Barnyard Butcher from my experience. But here's the clothing. It's got some blood stains on it. Looks really cool. Here's his sensor. It's hidden as one of the buttons. Very nice, very nice. The shoes, these are like the same shoes that all the New Ray Sun props have. But here they are. Good amount of detail. The paint job might be a little lighter compared to like the Butcher's. I think the Butcher's actually has like some blood splattered on them as well. Here is the most important part, the head. And I'm really interested. It feels like it's latex, but up here it feels like it's like a very hard shell. But overall, look at that. There he is, the evil scientist. And this is actually a good sculpt. The mask comes up, and this is all posable to my understanding. So I might pose it to look a little more like a mask, like it's on his nose. But overall, very pleased with that. Very clean, no rust, no wear. It looks really nice. Very good, well-kept prop. You can see kind of the mechanism. I'm not entirely sure how it works yet, but there is the opening, I guess, for the mask to come up and go down. Very cool. So that was in there. Again, excellent, very excellent just packaging. I'm really amazed, and I'm really grateful that they took well care of it. It was wrapped in like a brown shipping packaging as well, paper. Just extra care. Amazing. And here is the shoulder bracket. Again, this looks just like the Barnyard Butcher. It even has the tag still on it. Look at that. Tag still wrapped on it, keeping it, letter G. Here's the adapter. Got the adapter. It looks like it's a 6-volt, 2-amp. Generic these days. Here's his overalls. It even smells like the Spirit Halloween. It smells like a new Spirit prop, which is amazing. I love that. But here's the overalls. Got some blood on it. It seems like a good quality kind of fabric as well. I'm just amazed overall in the packaging. Here is the mech. Again, new Ray Sun. You can tell. Looks just like the Barnyard Butcher. Arm pieces, again, with the stickers. Still, the tags are still on them. This is amazing. My Barnyard Butcher's missing his pool noodles for there. Hip loop. Tags still on it. Really, I'm kind of speechless in how well kept shape this thing is in. We even have the instructions still intact, good shape. Someone who had this probably was a collector and really cared about their items. I know that they also had a like flaming Black Widow witch. I'm sure whoever got that thing is also in a very happy mood. Here are the poles, generic poles, nothing crazy there. And then finally the base, very generic. But that's everything that's in the box. So let's set them up. I feel like I don't have to look at the instructions, but you never know. So we're just going to take the base, pop on some of these poles here, do the first two, and then I'm going to slide over the shoes. And I don't think there's a specific side. I think they're generic. Same side shoe. Put on the other two poles. So the overalls would normally probably just go down those poles, but they get Velcroed together. So I don't think I necessarily have to put those on right now. Now we're going to take our mechanism, put the hip loop on from the bottom first, or else you can't get it over the top here. So now we're just going to slide these poles on together here, and it all just snaps lock into place really nicely. Let's take the shoulder frame and slide it on to these little brackets here. It all slides into place. It looks like the next best option to do is to take the clothing here and his shirt at least, and just slide it over the whole armature here. That seems the best option. And then we are going to take the head and lock it in place with the forks. And you're then going to want to plug in the respected wiring for each of for the head and also for his sensor that's on his shirt. And I want to take each arm and fish it through his sleeves and get it to rest on the forks on the armature mount. Do it for his other side as well. It looks like he might be missing some Velcro pieces, but that's not the end of the world. We can always just add some if we need to. It's probably originally just glued on there, and that probably didn't hold up well over the years. So we got the gloves put on him. Actually, Velcro is on the inside where the stitching is. The gloves I go over. The arms look kind of weird. Well, they look okay because it's all like scrunched up, kind of. But in the dark, it doesn't really matter, and you can take some time to conform it. He usually holds weapons, as he does on the box here, but I don't have anything on standby, so he's just going to be walking around like this. One thing I noticed with the mask, I wanted to try and make it look like the mask was like bent to his nose a little better, but I come to realize that whatever they used for the metal here is not really posable, and I feel like if you were to really try to bend it, you might end up like cracking it or breaking it, snapping it. It's like a springy metal. It's not really posable. So I guess it is what it is. It's not the end of the world. But I also plugged in the adapter. Alright, so all I got to do is put on his apron and plug him in, and we should all be ready to see the evil scientist in action. This guy is so cool. So freaky looking. But there he is, the evil scientist. I've been looking for this guy for maybe about a year and a half, 2 years now. Pretty cool. And I'm really happy to have gotten one in such great condition, and I hope to keep it in that great condition for many years to come. But without further ado, let's go and plug him in and see if he works. He worked on the video on the listing, so I'm assuming he's fine. Alright, here we go. Let's see. Probably takes a second for the sensor to warm up. He's old. You can give him a break. Look at the eyes. Very hazy looking. He's got like really large bags under the eyes. He's like a zombie. He's like a zombie doctor. And I love his accent. He's got like a foreign accent, which is pretty cool. Goes with the character, I guess. Well, let's see what he's on. Maybe he's on like try me button or something. Yeah, he was on try me mode, so I got a button wired into him. Let's see if he works.
I am delighted to meet you. See? I'm smiling.
Works flawlessly. All the movement, everything works on him. Sometimes you'll see the mask doesn't work, but he's in great shape. Very cool, very freaky looking, and a very rare prop. So I guess we should go into a nighttime demo now and see what he would look like in a laboratory theme or under some blue lighting, I guess. Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
And for this experiment, I only need one thing. Your lower jaw. You're the ideal subject for my experiment. You're someone I can really sink my teeth into. I am delighted to meet you. See? I'm smiling. And for this experiment, I only need one thing. Your lower jaw. Oh, good. You're just in time for my experiment. Now lie down and give me your soul. Don't worry about my mask. I'm not going to hold you up. I'm just going to hold you down. Well, you look perfectly healthy. That means you'll last longer in my experiments.
So there he is, the 2014 evil scientist. Pretty good prop. Very creepy looking. Perfect for a science theme. Arguably the best science laboratory crazy scientist dude that Spirit Halloween has ever manufactured, or any company to that in general. This thing really is like the gold standard of evil scientists. The sayings are awesome, the delivery is pretty cool. The only thing is like the mask comes down a little off beat. I would think it would come down with the screaming, but that's a very minor thing. The character overall is very cool. He's like a zombie, he's not really human. The clothing, very dark and dingy, no vibrant white laboratory coat. He's going for a different kind of evil scientist aesthetic here. And it just looks realistic. It looks like a real creepy dude. It's just someone you don't want to be caught messing around with. Yeah, very rare prop. I love him. He's a perfect example of one. Everything's there, tags and everything, and instructions. Really awesome prop. I'm really happy to own this guy. And if you're able to find one for a decent price, definitely jump on it, because you don't really see many things like this today. This thing is awesome and very creepy. But that is about all I have to say in this video. So happy 10-year anniversary here to Evil Scientist. I want to thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video.
I am delighted to meet you. See? I'm smiling.